Hello everybody and welcome back to Grand Bazaar. Before we head on into summer and I talk a little bit about where we actually left off last time, I wanted to squeeze another hard event in. So I've gone back to a save state that I have at the beginning of winter. And I'm all set up to watch another one, and this time it is with Sherry. You're really hard to catch up to. Do you have some time to talk? There's something I need to ask you. Of course. Oh, you don't mind? Great, thank you. Talk away, Sherry. Tell me what's bothering you. So... Oh my, how do I say this? No, try hard, Sherry. You can do it. It's about my father. He really can't do any chores at all. So now I'm wondering, and this is theoretical, if I get married, is he going to be okay? I'm just wondering. What do you think? Oh, Sherry, that is adorable. So obviously she's got marriage on the brain, but she's worried about abandoning her father. However, he is a grown man, and I'm sure that he will manage without you. Yes, you're right. He's a grown man, so he'll be okay. Yes, he'll be fine. I feel better now. Aw, you're welcome. I'm sorry to spring such a random question on you. I'll be going now. Take care. That is her version of just throwing herself at you. But I think out of all the marriage candidates in this game, Sherry strikes me definitely as the homely, ready to settle down and have a family and get married type. I think she's probably the one that makes it the most obvious that that is something that she wants to do. So at this point we have only one more hard event to watch, which I am hoping to do soon because I would like to get married before the fall. And from this point I will go to summer, which is where we left off last time. Okay, so here we are back in our current save, and we had finished off the final Spring Bazaar last time, and it is now time for a new season. I went ahead and watched my Bazaar results, and I'm looking forward to a new season, and I hope that summer is a little bit more exciting this time around. We're gonna be able to catch some new bugs, which is exciting. We're gonna get back into beetles and fireflies, as well as some butterflies. We've got that lively happening music. And we're gonna also see a few other changes this year. Obviously the farm is more developed, we've got more animals, more pets, and we have more fields available to us and more money. So we are definitely also going to have the option to grow more stuff this year. Now the unfortunate thing is that with the timing of the bazaars, we don't actually get started on growing anything except for what Raoul has until almost a full week in. And that's a little bit of a hindrance just because some of the crops in summer take quite a long time to grow. I would say pretty much every crop except for radishes or onions take quite a bit of time. So my plan is to keep my basement as spring crops for now, and I'm going to keep my wheat growing down here. I do still have quite a few seeds to get through from spring, and I don't think it'll hurt to grow a couple of extra things down there that I know are going to make me some money. And I think I'm going to plant a little bit of everything. I think I'll plant some asparagus, maybe a row of cucumber plants, some potatoes, some turnips. As I scroll through my many items, you can see that I made a lot of seeds. So it's probably not a bad idea for me to use some of these up, especially because I went through all the effort of making some fairly high level seeds. So if I grow these things, I will be able to hopefully get a decent amount of money on top of anything that I'm growing in this season. It'll be a nice sort of thing to fall back on because a lot of these crops are going to take a little bit of time to actually come in. So I'm just going to kind of ignore everything that's around me at the moment. There's lots of stuff to pick up, much of the same as we were seeing in the springtime. All of the herbs are the same. We can still get walnuts as well, rocks, branches, weeds. And we only have one flower available in the summer still. I think that that's always kind of a big downside, is you only are able to get those pink cat flowers. But I have a feeling I'm going to spend a lot of time doing some bug catching because beetles are a great gift for Dirk here, as well as Felix. And speaking of, before I forget, it's actually Felix's birthday today as well, on the first day of summer. So if you're able to catch a beetle outside today, they usually show up in the evening time. I would recommend grabbing one of those for him for a nice easy gift. I haven't really been giving Felix a lot of gifts because I don't have a lot of stuff on hand that he likes. So coming over to Raoul's, we are just stuck with radishes for our first week. But it's not really the end of the world because radishes grow so incredibly quickly. They will come in 4 to 5 days time, which means that they will all be ready in time for our first bazaar. So we're gonna have all of those to sell, which gives us a decent amount of profit going in, and it means that our fields will also be completely empty. So I have the funds available to do this. Obviously, it's about $10,000 to fill up one of your fields. So I'm gonna buy 54 seeds to go in my bottom field. We'll buy another 54 to go into our middle field. And then I only need 45 for my upper field because my tea tree takes up a little bit of additional space. So that should give me the exact number of seeds that I need. And then I'm also going to load up on fertilizer. And And again, starting at half a star, it's gonna take quite a bit of time to actually increase the quality of these radishes using fertilizer, but because they come in so quickly every 4 to 5 days, it shouldn't be that big of a problem. Even if we just decide that we're gonna only grow a few as summer goes on, I think there's a very likely possibility that we can actually get these all the way up to 5 stars by the end of the season. And something is going to happen to us as we go into the second day of summer. So I am going to plant everything off screen. I'm going to figure out what to do with my basement, and I'm going to come back tomorrow and talk about a few other things while we still have some time in this video. So I'll clean up my fields, plant everything, water everything, do all of that busy work. And I will see you on the second day of summer to see what surprise we're gonna wake up to. So here I am on our second day. And we get a visitor. It's not Felix this time. Last year he gave us the fishing rod. But it's Enrique, of all people. And he's gonna bring us a horse. Yeah. So, Harvest Moon tradition to get a horse, but we get it super late in this game. You have to wait until your second year to get one of these guys. It's a present from the mayor. You've been here for a whole year, so the mayor thought he'd give you a gift. He told me to give you a horse, but I didn't know which one to give you. So I just brought them all, and you can choose which one you'd like. Go ahead, pick one. Oh, that's really nice of you, Enrique. Thank you very much. So we've got 4 different options for colors, and I would normally just choose the brown one and give it the name Epona, which is super original, but also kind of a tradition of mine. But I thought it would maybe be a little bit different this time. I'm gonna choose the black horse, and I'm going to be equally as lame and unoriginal. And I'm going to name this horse Aggro, because it reminds me of the horse in Shadow of the Colossus. Great, you have a horse now. And we'll let Enrique kind of give us a little bit of a tutorial, because horses are a little bit different from the other animals. Not much different, but we'll let him tell us. So feeding them, we actually just toss treats on the ground and they will go to the food and eat it themselves. So no feeding area for horses, you can just throw down their food. And Raul will sell us horse treats. If you want to ride your horse, press the B button to mount it, dismount, and then we can press A to jump. Riding, talking to, and feeding your horse will make your bond much stronger. And the stronger your bond, the faster your horse will run. And that's the basics of taking care of a horse. Yes, I think I got it. Thank you very much. Very straightforward. Thank you for stopping by, Enrique. Much appreciate the gift. And I honestly don't really use the horse all that much because this game's map is just so small to begin with. But you can see that you do get around quite a bit faster. The horse is obviously going to make your life a whole lot easier if you're wanting to get somewhere in a hurry. And there would be good instances to use the horse if I really was wanting to catch a villager and they were on their way out the village or something like that. Or maybe this would be a good option for us to get to the bazaar faster. Although I don't know if that's actually faster than just taking my usual shortcut or not. You can also jump with the horse. But the controls are a little bit clunky, I find. However, we are able to practice riding on our horse now. Once you've unlocked the horse, we can finally go and see what is behind those big boulders on the screen to the left of Lloyd's house, which I don't think I've actually been to since we started the game. And in order to actually get the cutscene for this, you're going to want to walk over, not be on your horse. Hello. Hello. Sorry, didn't mean to startle you. You know, there's a track behind these boulders. We used to have horse races there, but then the town lost interest. And when these boulders fell, it just didn't seem worth clearing them. But now that you've got a horse, I think we should have horse races again. So let's get these boulders cleared. I called in Wilbur for the job. Sorry I'm late. Don't worry, I just got here as well. Yep, we're all just standing around looking at boulders. So Wilbur is going to just magically be able to clear out these boulders. I don't know why they didn't bother if it was really that easy. Because I imagine you could use this space for like a park or, you know, something else. So it's kind of nice because we don't have to buy something to clear the boulders or wait. We can basically get to racing and training our horse immediately. Which is nice. And once the boulders are cleared, we're actually going to have to ride our horse into this area, and we're able to practice on the track. So that's that. I might do a quick race just to show everybody what it's all about. But, I mean, this is a really beautiful space. This is really, really pretty. I don't know why they wouldn't even just use this for a track for people to run around. Or, like I said, this is a really neat, almost little park area here. But this is locked out until year 2. You have to have a horse in order to be able to get into this area. So you can start doing races around the track anytime you'd like now. And that is going to be sort of important because it will unlock a new festival for us. Once we have the horse and we've actually gone and unlocked the track, you can see that on the 28th, which also happens to be my birthday, we now have the horse racing day. And I'm kind of relieved that they've added another festival to this calendar, because otherwise it looks very, very sad with only one festival being the chicken festival. This is definitely the most bare bones season for festivals. Even when you unlock this one, you still only have 2 that are available. But that kind of gives us something to look forward to, and it gives you incentive to kind of practice with the horse, especially if you don't plan on riding it very much. It's kind of like the snowboard festival, where at least you have a little bit of incentive to give it a go and to do a little bit of racing and just to see how it goes. And I've gone ahead and planted everything like I said I would. So I've planted 1 row of cucumbers, I have 2 rows of asparagus, I have some potatoes, and I have 1 row of turnips. Kind of just a little bit of everything. And I can continue to make some dishes with all of those crops throughout the season until I decide I want to change the season in the basement. And then I did all the work here where I have planted every single radish seed that I purchased. So all of my fields are completely full, and I'm going to fertilize these each day. And if I water everything twice a day, these should all be ready well before the bazaar. It might even be ready on the Thursday. But either way, I'm not too worried about not having something to sell at the upcoming bazaar between all of the different crops that we're growing and all of the stuff that I still have that I did not sell at the last bazaar, or the things that I've been cooking in between. My inventory is still absolutely just chocked full of stuff. So I'm going to work throughout the week. In my first week of summer, kind of just getting into the swing of things, catching some new bugs, looking after my radishes, maybe trying to practice and do a few horse races. And I will do a video on that maybe once I get a little bit more practice, because I'm very rusty and it's kind of been a while since I've done any kind of practice of my own. Plus, summer, because it is so barren and there's just so little going on, I think it'll be nice to have a video or 2 in between just to kind of break things up and to give updates and whatnot. So it should be a nice, relaxing first week of summer, and hopefully we will have another really successful bazaar day once we get there. And I will be back at the end of the week with an update and to see how it is that I've kicked off the start of summer. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.